future, talk radio will actually educate, inspire, and make you think. The future is now. Topics and music that affect your life from Universal Broadcasting Network. Tune in at ubnradio.com. Love, it's not always an easy thing, but when you find it, there's nothing like it. And Finding Cupid with David Cruz is here to help you do just that. It's a show where celebrity guests, singers, writers, and friends all come together to talk about one thing: love. Finding Cupid with David Cruz, only on ubnradio.com.
Love that new intro. Welcome, everybody, to Finding Cupid Radio. My name is David Cruz, and you are joining us in another lovely Sunday morning from the Sunset Gower Studios here in Hollywood. Thank you so much for joining us every Sunday. We like to do this little show called Finding Cupid, where we talk about the latest news in dating, relationships, and love. Joining me in the studio, per usual, are my co-hosts Matt Wall.
Hello.
Sean Vinnick.
Hello.
And Davina Johnny. Hello, everybody.
Oh, howdy.
By the way, that intro makes me feel like I'm dancing in Ibiza.
Good.
I love it.
That's what I said to the producer. I said, I want our listeners to feel like when they come to us for dating advice, that it's like dancing in Ibiza.
Yeah.
Now, is this with a drink in hand or like
double drink in both hands?
Okay, gotcha.
So 4 drinks.
Gotcha. Four drink.
Yeah.
How many
4
hands
drinks.
do you
It's
have?
Ibiza. I have 6 hands.
Like you're bringing
And
drinks
I'm
to
using
people?
other appendages to use to hold it up.
Oh. Yeah.
You tied your dick around a drink.
That's right.
It's like around a flute, like a champagne flute.
Mhm.
Oh, what?
Too
Davina?
early
No,
for
it's
this.
never too early.
Oh my gosh.
For
Saying the girl
This
who
stuff.
had a
You
eventful
know,
last night.
I don't want to talk about this.
Really?
You know, the fun thing
I-
about doing the show every Sunday morning is that there's always some fresh dating nights out in Hollywood scandal here in the room. So I'll do a quick show of hands. So Davina, did you go out last night?
I did go out last night.
Sean?
No.
That was a long well, I assumed
Yes, you
it was
did.
a no.
No, I mean, I went out, but it wasn't like Davina going out where, you
So
know.
it was like levels.
Yeah, it's levels.
Okay.
Well, my night wasn't that eventful.
I
Someone picked a fight
disagree.
with
She came
me.
home early, it sounds like, because she got angry at someone.
Yeah.
Wait, what happened?
Someone picked a fight with me at the bar.
They did?
Yeah.
A boy.
A guy,
About
like a
what?
6'4" big guy.
And what
I
happened?
said, "Can you move?" And he said, "What the fuck you say to me?"
Did you say it politely?
Yes.
Okay.
And then either way,
Hold on.
I
I
wasn't
seriously
asking
doubt
for
it was
like-
politely.
she's
When,
like,
when a guy
"Excuse me?"
goes, what did you say to me?
No, what the fuck did you say to me?
Yeah.
And I was like,
So what did
I'm
you
going-
do?
I went home. I was so shaken up. That's
Oh my
how
God.
upsetting it was. Yeah.
Get into that mic there until this
Oh,
starts.
sorry. That's how
go.
upsetting it was.
Yeah.
And then what
So she
happened
went
when you
home.
got home?
Well, then I got home and I was very upset.
Uh-huh.
And I had someone come over and make me feel better.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like
So-
a
Yeah.
like a,
A couple of
masseuse?
times?
Whoa.
Okay, hold up. Yes.
She loves to call it a visitor.
Yeah. It's a visitor in the night.
I had a visitor.
Listen, you know,
Yes.
they weren't aliens. You didn't get
Transient.
visitors.
Yeah.
I have a visitor.
She got probed.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Oh my God.
A few times.
Yes. It was a night.
Good for you.
You know, a little bourbon, a little, yeah.
A little bourbon
That's
and a probe.
Yeah. yeah.
Wow.
It was a
So,
night.
Sean, did you go out too?
I did go out, but it was
Not to Vina level, but what level
no,
was
it was just like, you know, me and the lady went to a nice restaurant and then I came home and passed out. That was
Okay,
it.
so it was
It's
a couple night,
uneventful.
a couple date.
A couple date. Yeah, it was a
Okay.
couple date. Mhm.
Cute.
Sean, I'm sorry, Matt. Did you? I know you had an adventurous
Oh,
day yesterday.
yesterday was... it was just an interesting day.
Okay.
I went on a Tinder date. I'll talk more about that later.
Ooh.
I got some Thai food. I watched Beauty and the Beast. The
Beauty
live
and the
action.
Beast.
I know, it's just the most. And then someone else visited me at home. just an interesting person.
It was like that.
Who
was like
kind of
9
looks
p.m.?
like Tarzan slash a homeless guy.
What?
So like I don't know. Like sometimes
This
you're
is
like,
what
are
you're
you
attracted to.
hot or are you homeless? You
On
know?
the next
You
Finding
hippie
Cupid
chic
Radio,
or-
you guys, that's another segment on the next Finding Cupid Radio. Hot or homeless?
hot or homeless.
Hippie or homeless.
I've never been with someone whose hair is like down their back.
Ew.
Oh.
And
Ugh.
it's just like in your face.
That's called a woman.
Did you
That's
pull
all
it?
Oh my
Oh
God.
my
You were with a woman.
Wow. I was. Yeah, it was just odd.
Okay, why? People want to know. Why was
Yeah.
it odd?
Also, he
How did you meet this he/she?
Uh-huh.
I met Shim
Shim.
online. We've been just conversing, you know, for
Mm-hmm.
various days, and then
Where?
just like on my phone.
Oh my god.
You
And
like
then
that new
the
sound, don't
weird-
you,
That's
David?
the grinder sound.
The
Oh,
weirdest
that's what I
part
teased
of the whole
gays.
night is like at one point I wasn't wearing a shirt, okay, and
Uh-huh.
What's happening right now?
and he just went right in for like this nice like zit that I had like kind of growing on my chest. He's like, "Oh, let me get this."
No, we didn't.
Really?
And
No, we
then-
didn't.
Yeah,
I've
and
had
then
someone do that.
Oh,
at the-
God.
you know, when I was getting ready to be like, "Well, good night. Thanks
Yeah.
for
Thanks for the zit
everything."
popping.
No, he didn't.
I was in the kitchen and he was like, "Oh," like right in the middle of my back, which is so painful right now because you know when you've had surgery. He like just went right in there. He's like, "Oh man, this is a good one." And then he was like, "Oh, my mom gets zits like this. They're just like real deep."
Oh.
And then he's like, "We kind of have the
Oh.
same skin." And he's like, "Hold on, she doesn't want to come out." And then he was just like so deep inside of me. He's like, "I'm gonna need a tool."
No.
And then
No.
I was like, I was literally, it was so painful because
This
he's
story is
deep.
painful.
But I was laughing so hard because I was like, what is wrong?
Why
with
did
me?
I just meet you and why are you trying to pop a zit? That's so
From a
gross.
homeless Tarzan. Like, I don't know if I want a homeless Tarzan touching anything on mine.
Homeless
Yeah.
Tarzan pops a zit on your back. First of all, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
And
Oh my
ouch.
God.
And he's like, you need
Did he
to
wash
get
his hands?
yeah, you need to get some alcohol on that. And I was like, I don't.
Ew.
alcohol. I just want to go.
Is this like foreplay for homeless people?
I'm feeling a lot better about my life.
I don't know. Wait, hold on. Did
I
you
don't-
sleep with?
No, we did not like sleep
Can
together.
you imagine?
I'm just saying that.
But I was like-
how could you not be
Gosh.
You were-
turned on?
Shoot, I live a sad life.
You know, I will say, so, you know, my girlfriend loves to pop zits.
No,
like,
what-
no,
okay.
but it's an obsession. Like, she watches those Instagrams.
No.
Where-
those are
Oh,
even
yeah.
Have you
grosser.
seen- have
Those
you
are
seen the Instagrams?
disgusting.
I've seen the new cupcake one. It's a cupcake that you squeeze out the
I cannot allow
frosting
this
pus
conversation
out of the top.
anymore. No,
Okay.
I'm so grossed out by this.
So it's
Nobody at
so
home
someone
wants to
online
hear
said,
this.
"I'm eating my breakfast."
Yeah, yeah,
People just spit out their coffee.
it's fucking gross. I'm sorry.
It's so
everyone.
creamy.
It's weird, but I dated someone who
But-
loved doing that too.
Why?
It's weird. I don't know.
I don't.
He wanted to get his and hers facials too. Like he was
Well, that's
super.
Oh,
different.
well,
No,
that's
no,
called
no, but-
gay.
Well, there's many issues with that one, but if I had a zit, he was like, "Oh yeah," like he was fully
Ew,
into
that
it.
is disgusting.
Yeah,
I don't wanna
he
do
was-
that.
I never ever want to touch
gonna-
a zit on somebody's back, let alone
Yeah,
surgery it.
LA dating.
Yeah,
Ew.
it's painful right now.
Yeah.
So are you going to see Mr. Tarzan?
I don't think I
Tarzan?
want to.
You don't think there's some questioning in
I
there?
don't. No, I don't want to.
That's it,
But it was
it's
even.
over.
He's like, "Do you like Australians?" And I was like, yeah." He's like, "Cool, we're gonna get beers with them." I was like,
Oh my
Okay.
God.
drink.
I don't like
Fair.
anything that was happening with this person.
I was like,
I bet you he's
"Bye."
gonna text you.
Brush your hair.
Yeah. Here's a rubber band.
He walked to wherever he was going next.
I'm sure
I
he
picked
did.
him up.
Oh.
In his sandals? Or is he barefoot?
He's wearing shoes.
Oh, that's nice.
Ew. Did he smell like a
Birkenstocks.
homeless person?
He actually didn't. I think he had
Oh.
freshly showered at a friend's house.
Or at the
Oh.
gym or something with some free
Doesn't
soap.
matter.
Doesn't
A
matter.
fountain
At the community
somewhere.
fountain.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
At the Grove.
By the way, I was driving the other day, this week, and a homeless person was showering in the fountain on
Oh.
on Santa Monica.
I saw someone on Sunset last night. I saw someone's bare asshole.
He was just sitting there. Asshole? You saw it? Like,
It
was he
was like-
spreading cheeks? What was
Yes,
going
he was
on?
literally laying on his side with
happening
his
this
butt
week?
out, and I was like, I don't know if that's a taint or like a swollen vagina.
Oh.
I didn't know if it was a man or a woman.
My
Ladies and gentlemen,
What
this
is wrong with me? Why is all
What's
this
wrong with
coming into
you?
what am I putting out in the universe that throws these things back at me?
Ambiguous people into your life.
oh my god.
Let's
I
move on.
really need to do a deep dive into this.
Pun
I'm
intended? Sorry.
No pun intended.
Into the fountain?
So good times.
Well, Matt, you're going to continue with a lot of your stories today because we're talking about speed dating today. We surprised Matt this past week with a really fun interjection into a speed dating event that I was hosting here in Hollywood this last week. And I think I told you that it was just going to be an event, but when you got there, it was a speed dating event. And so I said, Matt, you're going to be part of this. And we signed you up and we put you into it, and you're going to tell us your story. We're going to talk about that in a little later. So
It's fun.
for those of you just tuning in to the zit popping and homeless butthole showering in the fountains, this is actually a dating show, and I'm so sorry that you
know,
came in at that
you just
point.
have a lot of dates, and those are some of them that come along.
All right. Every week we love to do a portion of the show called Love It or Lose It. And this week we got a lot of stuff for you, so let's get to it.
And now it's time for Love It or Lose It.
All right. We got a lot of good
man.
stuff this week.
Don't act surprised.
Sean,
Wow.
we
love
upgraded.
it.
You like that?
I love it. I'm in a
love
gay
it.
dance club. This is
you
fantastic.
love it.
In
I
Ibiza.
love it. In Ibiza. It's great.
All right. So
Keep it going. Actually, can you send me? I'm gonna put this like while I'm like showering and shit.
Yeah. Get ready for your dates.
Sean,
Pump me up
Sean
some.
loves it so much.
I do actually.
So here's the rules. We're going to talk about some dating news. Sean, if you could see Sean in the studio.
He's on drugs.
He's on drugs in Ibiza with 6 beers. Jesus. All right. So
love it.
the rules are we go around the table here and we talk about all the latest in news and dating and relationships, and everyone goes around and tells us if they love it or lose it. We'll start with our first one here. You know virtual reality, right? It's becoming a thing. There's a lot of games now where you put your phone into the goggle thing and over your head. Have any of you guys ever experienced VR?
Oh yeah, big time.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking crazy. It's
Yeah.
awesome. I did a VR.
What?
Matt, what, Matt?
Big time.
Oh, I
Do it
love
every day,
VR.
like it's your job.
I love VR. It's great.
Cool.
Yeah.
Matt, have
What
you
have we
done
done?
No,
VR?
I haven't.
You haven't experienced VR?
What's going on
No.
with Matt?
We're gonna have
today?
to.
Yeah, do you have one?
You know, we can. There's an IMAX VR theater.
Fine, let's go.
You can go there.
For anyone
on.
who hasn't, it's pretty crazy. I did this one. It was at an event for Tom's, and they allowed you to go on an experience where they give out their shoes. Tom's shoes, I
sweet.
should say. But it was like you put the goggles on, and you start the journey. It's like a
Right.
3-minute thing. You're sitting in a car, and they put the thing over your eyes, and you know how when you look, like your head when it looks up and down, I'm trying to over-explain for the listeners at home, but when you look up, you can see the sky. When you look to the right, you can see someone sitting next to you. You can turn around and see what's going on behind you. It was this whole crazy immersed experience, and so you're like basically going along, and you can see it as your eyes are the camera. So it's very, very crazy. VR is starting to creep into dating world, as we all know. The founder of that the dating website, The League, she came out and said that this is going to be the future of dating. Like, we're going to see a lot more VR dating games and apps that kind of come to fruition over the next year, over the next few years, I should say. So this company, this is very interesting. So in Japan, it's a company where where was it calling? And then also Facebook, they released a dating show too. and it was called Virtually Dating. And it was basically like they go on blind dates, but in the VR world. So there's a lot of like crazy stuff happening. I encourage you to go look for that for the Facebook reality show called VR Dating or Virtually Dating. It's very interesting. But now there's this new company from Japan called Hibiki Works. And it lets players go on a date with one of its 3 animate characters. And it even offered some men the ability to get married to some of their characters in a real chapel where the physical sensations such as kissing are mimicked using props while the groom carries out the actions in VR. So once they put on the little VR goggle thing, they're immersed in the actual wedding in the wedding chapel. And they see their character in front of them that they're trying to marry. And so they're going through the whole wedding ceremony. And they actually kiss at the end, too.
He said I do.
Yeah, it's crazy.
With a cartoon.
Wait. So they're in a real chapel?
So, a real chapel. You
So
go
are you
there,
really
you get
married?
dressed
I'll
up.
show you a picture.
Why do you have a VR then? I don't understand.
So
There's
you
the
can
guy with the VR.
so you
and
can
then the
see.
girl holding
Oh.
up a pair
Oh.
of lips. So he's getting married.
So in his goggles, he's seeing his anime character, and
Right.
she's talking back, and they're doing the ceremony.
and there's
together.
their wedding picture, because then there's cutouts of them they can go stand next to and get their wedding photo
Wow.
God,
Isn't that crazy?
that is sad.
So I've
Yeah.
seen a few things where the VR dating world is trying to do this. So you can go on simulated VR dates with somebody, and the interactions will be real. So you can actually like touch that person and interact with them. Sean, I know where you're going. Just say it.
I have no idea where I'm going.
I like because like you could end it. You could be like, I don't really like this, and I have
And
to
then
go to
turn
the
it off?
bathroom. Just take your
Delete
mask off.
or
Yeah,
press
right?
press off.
So easy.
It's like you're in a video game.
Yeah. Control Alt Delete this date. Shut it down.
All right, I'll go around the room then. Davina, love it or lose it?
Lose it.
Lose
this
it?
is so sad.
Aw.
It's not romantic.
Oh, I agree.
I mean,
Neither
no.
is popping a zip,
I'd
but we
rather
do it.
have. I was about to say I'd rather have a homeless guy pop my zit.
Yeah, would
Ooh,
you rather?
VR zit popping?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
You know, we can talk about VR sex, but here we are talking about VR zit popping.
Yeah.
I wonder what
So
that's
you
gonna
hate
be
it
like.
because it's sad.
It is sad.
All right, Davina doesn't like it. Sean,
No.
Well, hold on. So first of all,
Really?
Sean's
You
there's
know
already
more?
Is it legal?
wait.
so they're in a room.
Is there a pre?
No. There's already a lot of VR sex in Japan. It's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's big, right? So
Which part?
The sex.
Oh my
the sex. The thing is, I don't know if I agree with the lady from the league who says that VR dating is going to be big.
The CEO.
Great.
So?
Good
But
for
it's
her.
like the first of all, like the adoption rate of VR is so small right now, right?
Right now.
And also, I think a lot of women won't find it romantic, like Davina said. It's just it's a great barrier to It's kind of like I don't know.
pathetic.
But I could be wrong.
I
I could be wrong.
100% agree. But then
Yeah.
I feel like technology is one of those things that we're going to see just like kick us in the ass one day where we're like, oh, those things
It's
are
true.
stupid. And then
Time
here we
out.
are.
There you are talking like an old man. And I've listened to both shows, and this group loves to talk like old people
I don't know what
and pretend like you're 80 and you're
don't know.
not.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's everyone loves to do it. I was
sorry.
listening. I was like,
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
they're old again. What is our demographic?
This week on Divide
Everyone
Stupid.
diverts to old man. Go on with your story.
Wait,
Just needed you guys
Wait,
to know
Davina.
that.
So
Yes.
if I gave you the option to go on a virtual date with somebody, let's say in Australia, right? So you can see him and he can see you. It's like you guys are in a coffee shop.
Is
But
he
you-
paying? How
is
does
it-
he pay?
Just calm down.
He's
Answer
not
the
paying.
question.
Yeah, answer the question. Would you do it?
No,
Why not?
because it's stupid.
Because you're not face to face.
Yeah, I like.
You like the
think
face
you
to
can
face.
tell if you have chemistry if you're next to that person, right?
Well, I mean, like I said, you can see them like as if they're next to you, right?
Yeah, but that doesn't give you enough information. Like it's like Tinder. Like I can see your photo, but I don't know if we have chemistry. I have to meet you.
I see.
You know.
Got it. Okay. So I don't know. For me, lose it.
Lose
Yeah,
it.
it's
Wow.
stupid.
All right. 2 lose it so far. Matt?
I'm down to try it, but I'm not going to get married.
All right.
Not on the first date.
Not on the first date to a cartoon. Okay.
What if
Maybe
he was a
second
hot
grade.
cartoon? Hot cartoon.
Yeah, if it's like a Disney prince, I'll do it.
Ooh, which one?
If you could go on a VR date
Aladdin.
with a
Aladdin.
Disney, oh my god,
Aladdin. Whoa.
I
figured
could see that.
I figured Beauty and the
Magic
Beast.
carpet.
Do you ever see those like real life renderings of like
Yeah.
of
Yep,
the
yep,
Disney cartoons?
Yeah.
Oh, those freak
And
me
they're like, if
out.
Disney cartoons were like real life hot hunks,
Yeah,
this
you're
is
like,
what they would look
Oh,
like.
I haven't seen this.
Into it.
It's kind of interesting.
They have
They do it with the
princess ones.
princess, yeah.
Ooh, the
If
princess.
you're not into
Send me.
princes,
Send me the princess.
Oh
okay.
my god.
All right, well, we got
So I
three.
kind of like it.
Okay, well, you like it, we hate it, or lose it. So that's where we end today.
All right.
All right.
All right, sorry about it. All right, moving on. There's a new app. It's called Blind Love. Ever wonder what would happen if dating apps took away the photos and people actually tried to match based on compatibility? I can't even say the word today. Well, no. Yeah, no one.
See,
no
I'd
one's
be
ever thought about
down.
that. Okay, all right. So there's this new app called Blind Love, and it's hoping to be that app for everyone. So the concept is clever, and it adds a twist to the already crowded, oversaturated market of dating apps that are out there. So after two people match on the app, they can message each other, and they can't see each other's photo though. The image is blurred, but it becomes clearer and clearer, and little by little, as the two engage in meaningful back and forth conversation, including texts and voicemails, you eventually get to see the photo as you invest in the time.
It's like a puzzle.
So, love it or lose it. This is interesting.
I'd be down to try that.
Really?
Yeah, I know.
Really?
Shocking.
Wait. Why?
Because I mean, I've tried the Tinder thing and the Bumble thing briefly, and like the photo pops up, and I'm like, that's what's driving me to swipe right. But it'd be interesting to see like if I got along with someone and there was
First.
that banter,
Mm-hmm.
where that could, I don't know. I
So
think it'd be interesting.
what if the picture became clear and you weren't attracted
like he
to
looked
them?
like George Costanza? Or
Yeah.
Or homeless.
something? I mean,
What would you
it's
do?
I mean, it'd be unfortunate, but I also think it'd be a good experiment.
Mm.
It'd be unfortunate, but I'd do it.
Okay,
Yeah,
you can't
kiss him.
judge right now. Just saying.
Matt, would you?
I'd be terrified.
And just so you know, the app is it swings both ways.
because you know what, I get along with everybody, so it's just gonna be hard.
No pun intended.
No, pun
I'd
intended.
try it, but can I quickly take off my mask if I don't like it?
Oh my God.
You know.
So
How
love it.
long
So you
until
love
you
it.
see the photo?
I don't know. It doesn't tell us specifically, but you have to have.
Because you have to have so many interactions with
Yeah.
them. It's like a magic eye. You really work on it, and then all of a sudden it becomes clear. I feel like it's a elongated version of, you know, in that dating show where the guys sit behind the screens and they
Mhm.
ask them questions
Yeah.
and choose them based on their questions. So
I'd be down
I
to
like
try
it.
it.
I'd
Yeah.
do it. I
Love
don't
it
know.
or lose it, though.
I have a feeling it won't work for people because then they'll be like, well,
They're too
I
impatient.
thought
You
we
think-
got along, but I don't like the way you look.
You're heinous.
Interesting. But what if they are good looking and then you have meaningful? I mean, it almost says that
magic, then.
you're horrible people because you don't want to care about the meat and potatoes.
Looks are most important.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're awful. So
I'm not saying that for me. Just saying.
So you love it or
said
lose
the
it?
world. I'll love it, I guess.
so PC. All right, we got two. This is nice, Sean.
It's lose it for me. I don't see it working well. I think it might work for some people for
Yeah.
sure, and then there's definitely a niche for that.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, you know, as a guy, we're so visual. It would just be devastating to have a connection with someone.
Devastating.
It would, because then you know, let's say they really like you, and they think you're attractive, and then you don't think they're attractive, so then you have to be like, oh,
You're thinking really highly of yourself.
I know. And then, you know, let's say you have really good banter, and all of a sudden you have to stop the banter.
It's like getting catfished.
Yeah.
You fall in love with them, and then you realize who they are, and you're like, wait a second.
But
Right.
what about falling in love with the person here? What about that?
I mean,
you know?
I'm sorry, no one ever looks like their photo. Just saying.
That's true.
True. Sean doesn't.
There we go.
I don't. I look way worse.
They always
In
lie
my- in
about
my
their
photos.
height.
Yeah. Oh yeah. In person, I'm a flawless.
Well, obviously.
We're all from LA. We have great photos
Yeah, I know.
here.
Yeah,
I'm
headshots.
photoshopping in
I
real
just
life.
don't know if people. I don't know.
Yeah, lose it for me.
Lose it. Wow. All right. Well,
Do you love it?
I lose it too. All right.
Mm.
It got
No
it.
new
It got it
friends.
hard.
I'll
Sorry,
try
no
it
pun
out.
intended on that. A lot of puns tonight. All right. Last one here. It's a pretty interesting one. This one's coming to us from the U.S. Census Bureau. So according to that census last year, we always talk about the dating age between men and women, or what's appropriate to date, older or younger. This one was very interesting. So according to the U.S. Census, the average dating age between men and women, and specifically men who date women, is 2.3 years. So the average age, so the straight male is 2.3 years older than the female, the straight female. So this is very interesting because I thought it was... this was a New York Times article. The woman herself said that she felt robbed, that that all other women out there are not like dating whoever they want to, and that they're settling for men who are older than them. And she wanted her 2.3 years back. So I would love Davina to kind of weigh in on this. I mean, do you see that? Are you okay with the future of 2.3 years of the man older than you that you're going to settle with? Just so you know.
I mean, apparently.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think it matters. Does it matter?
No. Age?
Sorry. Yeah.
It's
No.
just a little bit saggier, but it's fine.
Oh,
Well, I
for
mean,
the
clearly
love of
straight men
God.
are dating younger women.
Right.
Only 2.3 years. That's not bad, but
I feel
clearly
like every
men
guy
date younger.
I've dated is like 5 or 6 years older than me, though.
You're screwing up the census.
I'm really messing up this thing. No, I mean, I don't care. But I'm
You're
also
okay with
now
it.
open to dating younger, which I wasn't before.
Really?
Interesting.
Yeah.
What happened?
I always thought older guys would be more mature, but turns out they're just
No,
there's
we're
a
all the
reason
same.
they're
Yeah.
single at a certain age. You know what I mean?
We're all the same.
Sean, do you feel that this is about right? All your other guy friends?
I mean, okay, so as a guy, I've always been, drawn to more to younger women.
Mm-hmm.
And my girlfriend right now is 9 years younger than me.
Oh my God.
Cradle robber.
But I've also dated women 10 years older than me when I was dating. So I've done everything from, much older to much younger. At the end of the day, I think, exactly. You can meet people who are very young and are mature and
I
are
agree.
great, and people who are much older and are immature and you don't mix with.
Yeah.
So I don't, but I think men are just naturally drawn to younger women,
Younger
and women
women.
are drawn to more successful, mature, established men, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Davina?
So, Davina,
Well, I
no.
mean, I'm in the wrong town to talk like that.
Why?
If you're 35 and still trying to be an actor or comedian.
Okay, rude. Some people have dreams.
Well, he's saying older and established. You know what I mean?
I get it.
But my parents are 18 years apart.
Whoa.
Wow.
And your mom is older.
Yeah.
That's
18
great.
years
That's
I love
amazing.
older.
that. So you're looking for your cradle.
Yeah, my husband might not be born yet.
True. True.
You and Matt have that in common.
Yeah.
Until, you know.
I'll hold out. I'll be over here doing some VR work.
She's meeting like parents with babies on the street. Oh,
meeting
your
surrogates.
son is
Are
so
you guys
cute.
procreating yet? You guys are good looking.
Are you
I think
looking
I'd
to
like-
adopt? No, just looking for a boyfriend.
You're going to a
Always good to have
preschool.
a
How is his
backup
reading
plan.
skills? Is he good in math?
Just want to know. Matt,
boy.
I mean,
He's 18.
in gay world, I mean, do you feel like, I mean, this is skewed a little bit, obviously, because it's straight men and women, but like, do you think that there's an age difference between gay men too? I would love to see the age difference between.
I feel like there's only. It seems like two really stand out. It's either you are dating the same age as you, and that's common, or it's guys that like a lot older or a lot younger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why is that?
I don't know.
Just because we're all a bunch of men. That's why.
I
It's like
know.
a free for all.
I mean, we're all
basically.
looking for something better, and so I feel like
Well, some guys feel like they're the man if they're taking care of someone.
Yeah.
And some guys feel like they're the man if they're being taken care of. They have everything like set up for them.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Right?
John, there's the difference between John and I is 4 years. I'm older. In case you're wondering.
okay. Yeah, we were.
But I don't know. It doesn't feel that way. I don't ever feel like, oh, he's the younger one. So I don't know. I think it's
Yeah,
weird for
I
two
don't-
guys.
I think I also
or
don't.
different for
I
two
don't
guys.
focus on age as much. It's just what they bring to the table, and if we connect, and then I'm like, oh wait, you're only 19.
Yeah.
Whoops.
All right. So let's do a quick roundabout here. 2.3 years. Are we good? Do we feel that that's like a solid number and
It's
we're
about
okay
right.
with
I mean,
it?
That's
I'm
about
fine
right.
with it.
Love it or
Yeah.
lose it, everyone.
I love it.
We can love it.
We
All
can
right.
love it.
All right.
That's good.
All right, well, that's all we got today for Love It or Lose It. As usual, for more on all the things that we talk about, head to finding-cupid.com for more dating advice and more. From
Just
us
so much
here.
more.
Just so much more from
lot.
Finding Cupid. Today's show, we're going to talk more about something that happened to Matt a few days ago. We took him on a surprise speed dating round. Per usual, I always tell Matt that we're going to go out and do stuff. And, 99.9% of the time, it's all exactly what it is. This past week, we went to a speed dating round, which I told him he was going to participate in. So, Matt, I want to hear the story. We'd love to share the story with everybody out there because I think that speed dating is great. I think after my experience, this was also my first time actually going to a speed dating round, talking to people, and then understanding, what their feelings were, what everyone was there for. And mind you, there were a lot of really highly educated men that were there. There were some people from Harvard, from Stanford. It was like a really well-rounded group of people.
Just kidding. I met one.
But it was great. And the thing that everybody had in common was that they were just genuinely looking for like-minded individuals that wanted a relationship. So I want to get your experience. So thank you for participating this past week.
You're welcome.
Tell me about your first experience right off the top.
I will be the first to admit that I get a little judgy. So as you're waiting for it
Matt?
to start and you're
Really?
the first person that's there, every person that walks in the room, you're like, oh. You immediately are like, am I going to have a connection with this person? Or do I find them attractive? And it didn't help that like I'm friends with David and I met the other matchmaker, Philip, that was there. He was here last week. And so I think Philip would be like, okay, what about that guy? Okay, then any connections yet? And I'm like, I'm only staring at people. But at the beginning, I was like, maybe there's like 2 in a group of how many guys
You
were
did
there?
the visual scan.
I did the
first.
visual scan.
Okay.
And I was like, I like to talk to him. And there was only one person who I actually talked to that I initially thought I'd have a connection with. There were guys there that I didn't talk to, but I wish I would have.
Yeah. So the cool thing about this dating experience is that we did it with a company called Mix-a-Lot. And they integrate technology into this old school mindset of what speed dating is. Typically, speed dating, everyone sits at the table. You've seen it. You've seen it in movies. You've seen it in TV shows. Everyone sits down. There's like a number on the table, and then you hear a bell or something, and then everyone switches, right? So in this particular event, we sat down. When you get there, you register, and then you get on a little iPhone thing, and you put in your information, and you select some of the preferences that you want your match to.
I wish it would have been broader because it was like, what do you identify as? Like top, bottom, versatile. It was kind of a weird list. It was like fetish, kink, and then just like other odd things that you're like, well, I don't associate with that, but I'm not gonna rule out someone that, and so then with that you choose and think, I want to be connected with people that also do whatever. This algorithm will put you together. So then you get a text on your phone that says, go to table 2 and speak with Michael.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So to start everything off, everyone gathers. They start everything in the beginning, and then you get the text that tells you to go to your table, and that says, now go to, like he said, table 1, and then so-and-so is there. And so every time the time is up, I think it was like 6 to 7 minutes per date.
Oh, that's
and
long.
then you get a new text, and then the text tells you to go to the next table. So it goes on and on.
Do you meet everybody?
No, you don't.
Oh, so it's based on the algorithm.
Yeah.
So it'll start with
That's really
what you're mostly attracted to, and then if there's enough time, it'll start to circulate through the rest of the people in there.
The riffraff.
So, yeah. Well, but here's the thing: the interesting thing about this, because if you were in a regular speed dating thing, it's really just kind of the luck of the draw, right?
Right.
But this is actually giving you a little bit more of an advantage, because it's saying that let's take the physical piece out.
Right.
And we're going to talk specifically to some things that you have mutually in common. So this was very interesting because there was a few guys in there that I was like, oh, Matt's just salivating to get to that one.
Is that
There's
right?
one attractive black man, okay?
Wait. But what if you're attracted to somebody and you don't get a chance to talk to them because of
That's
the
what
algorithm?
happened to me.
But because maybe you just don't have anything in common,
run after him.
right?
But can an algorithm really determine if you have anything in common?
What?
No.
Listen, let's just take some things. What if Matt said, I'm interested in long-term relationships, and that other person said not interested in it?
Then Matt
right?
was
But
like,
that's not
that
even
guy
on
would have
here.
been great
Can
for
you
that
look
night.
at this list for 1 second.
Okay, I'm gonna look
Because
at the
then
list.
I thought, well, what if I didn't put I'm interested in cubs or otters, and then that person said, or that I am one, and then they said, well, this. I thought, would I not get thrown into their pool because I didn't check it, but I
Right.
could be open to it? Like I felt
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
scared
Classified?
that I didn't
Choose
say
rightly.
just click everything just cuz.
Right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So
But-
it's not a very long list of things you could be interested in.
Let me see that.
It's-
I didn't see the.
Oh, I
full-
see. So okay, so you say I identify as X, and then you say I'm interested in people who identify as X, and then basically if somebody, I get it now. Okay. Yeah,
Take
it's
a scan.
Gotcha. So walk people through what happened after that, and talk to me about your first date and kind of your experience because you've never done it before.
I'd
so
never done it before. What was fun was the very first date was someone that I had actually met before, out just randomly. Like I didn't even remember his name, but with the name tag, I'm like, oh, we've met before. So we kind of had that icebreaker where we're like, oh, I met you out one time. And so that was kind of fun. 90% of the people there were from Pasadena. It was so odd. I was like, y'all drove out here just for this?
because
Oh my
they don't have
God.
like internet over there,
Yeah.
so that's
San
why.
Bernardino, a guy
What?
from Bakersfield.
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 Well,
So
I assume
odd.
there's Slim Pickens in
right.
Bakersfield.
Oh man.
But
Yeah.
He's looking to move that
He's like,
one.
I'm not gonna shack up with someone. I'm like, I already got a homeless guy on my doorstep looking for a little rub and tug, so you're gonna have to get in line.
Wait. So
I'm
so
dying.
I did speed dating actually.
Oh, you did?
I have. Yeah, I've done it. The first one I did was 15 years ago, right? So it was like when it just came out.
15
years ago.
Sorry, Matt.
Sorry, Matt. 15
And
years.
didn't have a cell phone.
It was the first one that came out. I swear to God, I was in Milwaukee,
I
Wisconsin.
can't with everything that's happening right now.
Milwaukee.
Okay.
Milwaukee?
Milwaukee.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to live in Milwaukee.
Okay.
So
A Russian in Milwaukee.
a Russian in
so
Milwaukee.
many
Back to the
Russians.
cold.
Okay.
So anyway, I do remember a couple of things. First
Yes.
of all, they didn't quite figure out the little things,
The shuffle.
the shuffle.
Yeah.
and it was all ages, which is
Oh, fun.
as you can imagine. Like I got matched up with a 67-year-old black woman, which was
Wow.
like, and
Which
here's
I
the thing.
believe sometimes.
Patty.
No.
Bring it back.
I love that.
Now, 3 minutes, right? 3 minutes with a stranger that you have nothing in common is a long, long
Oh my
time.
Yeah, it is.
Because, like, what do you even like try to talk to with somebody you
Yeah.
clearly have nothing is gonna happen.
Yeah.
So that was my first speed dating.
Not your
So when you said
last.
7 minutes, I'm
Why-
like, holy
It
crap.
varied. Some
Yeah,
were long, some were
it
short.
varied. There was a
Like-
glitch in the system in the beginning.
Keep your comments to
Some
yourself.
penises were long.
Stay on topic.
Some penises were short.
First of all, long penis.
There was a small
sounds weird.
glitch, which wasn't bad.
Sorry.
I had a good time.
I'm sure you
Oh,
did.
yeah?
Hold on. Let me ask you though, Sean. What was your kind of rationale to say I'm going to go to this event?
Right. So
'Cause it's out of the normal.
Right. So this was again 15 years ago. There was no
Right.
Tinders.
Right.
There were Match was just coming out.
Fire just was invented.
I went
discovered.
I went with my two college female roommates who
Mm-hmm.
like dragged me into this thing because like we don't want to go alone.
Yeah.
Oh, it was your idea.
There was like a
It was
whole-
definitely my idea.
It was his idea.
So and what's funny is that we were all on the news. I'm not
Oh,
joking
God.
because
There's
it
nothing
was
more
it was the first speed dating
Breaking
in Milwaukee
news.
in
and
Milwaukee.
and I swear to God the news came and they videotaped it. It was inside of a McDonald's.
Oh, I love it.
Tonight on
Right.
KCBS.
It was awful.
Speed dating in Milwaukee.
No, I went I went on a second one about 5 years ago in LA
Okay.
or in San Francisco, whatever.
Where did you find it? How did you discover or find it?
I don't remember. Here's the thing with speed dating, in my experience, they're very. obscure,
They
hard to
are.
find, and very strange
It's
people
like-
from all over the world come to this.
Bakersfield.
Like Bakersfield. I don't know why. I think it's because they're so not mainstream and
It's
very
so weird to me
select people
because-
find them.
Yeah. But it is so weird that it is so obscure. That's such a good word because it feels like dating world is so exposed nowadays, in my opinion. I feel
Yeah.
like everything is out there that you need to know. And it's weird that there's this weird little like niche category of dating socials that exist, and speed dating is one of them. But it's interesting, and this is why I wanted to talk about this today, because it's interesting because this is now starting to come out. It feels like this, that we're trying to bring it to the forefront now because technology is saying we can do this, but we can do it better. So it's interesting to see what's happening and what will happen with speed dating over the next few years, because I think that it's with the need to kind of interact with people, because people are like, I just need to talk to people now.
Yeah.
Too much of the swiping. I want to do something that has a little bit more human interaction, but the technology is actually kind of attracting people to it now, in my opinion.
Do you think there's a bad stigma with it still?
Yeah, I think we all think of it the same way we used to think about online dating
Right.
websites, you know? It feels that same way. But and I guess I'm excited about it because when I went to it, people were so great. There were so
Yeah.
many beautiful
Really?
people, amazing guys there. Like I was so well, there was a few riffraff, but like,
Yeah.
you know,
Was
Do you
Tarzan
meet
there?
anyone?
No. No. I like at the end though, you get to rate them. It's like, would you be their friend or a date or maybe like not a match? So you click on one of those three things, and then the next day it'll message you who you can be friends with and who
Who you matched?
Yeah.
also matched with your date, and it gives you their email. So if you want to get a group of guys together and go out or something, and legit on the premise of, look, I marked you as a friend, you marked me as a friend, no pressure, that's kind of cool.
yeah.
Because I think there was a few people there that are also looking to expand their friend group, if that's a nice way to
Sure,
say.
sure.
You know, just
Just
like like-minded
lonely.
people. And that's nice.
And that's why I think it's still a great thing, because not only do you get to meet new people, but then you get to, maybe expand your social network.
Yeah.
Expand your, professional network too.
For
I mean,
sure.
there were some great guys there that I was like, wow, you went to Harvard or you went
yeah,
to
at Stanford. You're super
Stanford?
boring, but wow.
Wow.
You know?
Wow.
That guy that works for the Hollywood Reporter, that older
Yeah,
dude.
there was-
like,
there
just
was some
interesting people.
super
Wow.
interesting, but all so sweet. Genuinely though, I think the call out was, I'm just looking. There's an I want to speak to specifically this one because it was a gay event, but like guys were just genuinely saying to me like there is no in between, and this
Yeah.
feels like a comfortable in between of casual dating apps and the journey to finding that special someone. So I loved it. I thought it was interesting. Overall though, Matt, your experience, would you do it again?
I would do it again. I
Really?
thought it was $30 at the door. I think that's a little
30
much
That's a lot of money.
That's
That's
for
a
not
lot.
getting
But I think it was like 20.
Any.
no drink. No. Well, there's
they gave
I
you
ate a
food.
couple French fries. Yeah.
Oh.
There was
Yeah.
food.
Oh yeah.
There's food
Can we
passed
talk
around.
about the guy who kept moving with his plate that you told me
Yes.
about?
Hold
The
on.
hummus
Hold that
man.
thought. We will, because I have some tips for everybody out there. So if you do want to go on a date, or I'm sorry, if you do want to go on speed dating.
If you want to go on a date,
If you want to go
Go
on a date
date.
with Matt.
you want to go on a speed date.
Here's the number to call.
I have 2 minutes.
Send a pic.
I didn't go on a speed date yesterday. I went on a 4-hour date.
I can't even
4-hour
with you.
day?
So, here's our list. So, I feel like I like this. I think it's something that everyone should try at least once. If you have to, bring a friend. I think it's definitely one of
Yeah.
those great things that you can bring. Expand your horizons. Look, we all sit at home and complain about like, oh, I hate this and that, and I don't want to go to a bar and I don't want to swipe. Try something new. It's worth it. You're gonna spend $30 anyway. West Hollywood,
That's
that's like
true.
2 drinks.
You're right.
Jesus Christ. But here's the thing. I wanted to give you guys a little bit, all of our listeners, a little bit of advice if you do go. I'm going to give you, what should we do? The don'ts? Yeah, let's do the don'ts. So
Don't
if you're
do
going to go to
this.
speed dating, don't do this because it ties into what you were asking, Sean, about the hummus, man. So
Man.
the funny thing was that there was some interesting people there, but one of the biggest don'ts that I have for everybody is do not eat during your speed date. Okay, so a lot of these speed dates are at restaurants, right? Usually at
hungry.
restaurants. And one guy there though ordered a full plate of hummus, like a bowl,
It was big.
the pitas. It had like 3 like different plating things.
Like a
They
Mediterranean
brought
thingy.
they brought him his napkin.
Shish kebabs.
And I was watching. I was the host of this event, and I was observing every single person. I was just absorbing all the interactions. This guy ordered this full Mediterranean plate, and I was dying. Right, I was dying because who the hell does that? But not only did he do that, he picked it up. Right, Matt? Every time he switched, he took the
Well, you'd
entire
have to. You spent money on it.
the entire smorgasbord
Wow.
with him. He took it with him, guys.
I wasn't offended, but I wasn't also gonna.
You also got a zip popped on your back
Yeah.
the other day. So
You know-
I don't know.
You know, I've done a lot this week. I went on a date with a deaf guy too.
You did?
What?
Let's go back to our list.
Wait,
Oh
wait,
God,
wait.
I can't. All right, so let's do
I
the
like how
list.
you throw that wrench in like 2 minutes before the show is almost over.
Yeah.
Matt Wall, an equal opportunity dater.
Yeah.
All right, so don't eat during the dates. Definitely. I mean, I don't need to explain anymore. If you're going on a one-on-one casual date, that's acceptable. But this is a speed date. This is not an acceptable environment for you to be ordering a burger or hummus or
true.
anything
And
like that.
eating as you're
I would
talking
eat
to
a
people.
As you're talking, there's nothing ruder. than
Crunching away.
It's like a
eating.
normal date, you guys. You eat on dates.
You don't
I
eat
would
on.
order a burger.
You do not eat on speed dates. Listen,
They're
on a regular
different.
date, this is what I'm telling you. Regular date,
bacon.
okay. Speed date, not
What-
okay.
even on a regular
Okay.
date, it's weird if one person is eating and the other one's not.
right.
But that's not
So
really a
many
date.
things.
That's like a.
It's like
What
a
is
fetish.
that?
Would you want a date and not order something?
Like if I went on a date, right? Let's say we're at a bar and we're and she orders like a hummus plate with a burger and I'm
First of all, I'm not going to want to
Cute
make out with you
hummus.
after I know you're eating hummus.
Exactly.
Like a giraffe at
Some
a zoo.
guys find it sexy.
Ew. Okay, we gotta burn through
hummus,
this list.
yeah,
No,
definitely.
bacon.
Speed dating
cheeseburger.
tip number 2. This is on our don't list. Do not have a bad attitude because word will get around fast. There was a few guys there that were just gnarly, and everyone.
Did you
Matt.
get kicked out?
It wasn't Matt,
I got kicked out.
but the word spreads. I mean, as everyone switches, if there's an awful guy, somebody will say, and I've overheard because I was observing. Some people were like, "Oh, did you talk to that guy? Oh, God, ugh."
I did.
Word gets around fast. You did.
I like that.
So have a good attitude about this whole thing. Don't be aggressive. Rule number 3. So same kind of rule as normal dating. Don't, you only have 6 to 7 minutes with this person. You kind of want to make it fun and light,
Yeah.
but also use it as an opportunity to get to know this person. I don't think you want to say the first thing is, I'm looking to move in with somebody and get my papers or have a child. I'm looking for someone
need a
who
green
wants
card.
to, is dog, are you pet friendly? Like, be really light about it. And get to know the person. Don't come off the top, with guns a-blazing. Last but not least, don't get drunk. This is something that I saw a lot of. There's a lot of opportunity if you're nervous. There was a lot of nervous guys there last night or the other night. Have a few drinks. Have a couple drinks, really, to take your nerves down. But after that second drink, you want clarity. Grab a Coke after that, a glass of water.
Do a bump.
Okay.
Kid.
Thanks, Matt. Oh, now we're all conservative. So you have a drink and then, cool it down. The worst thing to do is to go through rounds, and by the time you're done, you're just trashed. That's not. And then everyone will, again, word gets around. Everyone will be like, that guy over there, drunksy townsy.
I'm hanging
Don't
out
do
with
it.
that guy.
Yeah, you are that guy.
You are that
Hey,
guy.
You
hold
show up to
up.
gay speed dating
With the hummus plate. That was you, wasn't it?
I'd
Oh,
have so much fun at a gay speed dating event. You have
so
no
those.
idea.
You should come to the next one.
I will.
We should all come to the next one. I think it would be great.
I'll
For more of our advice on, or my advice on heading to speed dating, head to finding-cupid.com, read our blog. I also, of course, have some really great advice and some do's for everyone out there. My one do that I want to sneak in here is just be nice. Everyone's there for the same reason. Everyone is there looking for that person, and there's someone for everyone. So that person may not be for you, but be nice. I think you're there to have fun. Bring a friend, make it a night. I thought it was exciting altogether. Sean, any parting advice for those straight men or women that are going to
That are
speed
going?
dating? Yeah.
Oh man. First of all, go to age appropriate Speed
If
dating.
it's at a McDonald's.
What if you don't know? When I got there, it's like your age range is 18 to 80.
Well, for Davina, 4 to 80.
Okay, you know what?
She's going at a speed dating at a preschool.
Yeah.
Excuse me, ma'am. This is PTA. I know.
Can't wait.
This is registration night. I know.
I like
Yeah.
the blonde ones.
Try to be age appropriate. But I don't feel like a speed dating thing would advertise like this is speed dating for 20 to 27-year-olds.
Matt, maybe one bit of advice. Matt and Sean, one bit of advice since you both have gone.
Matt, you go first.
You have 30 seconds.
I would say just like come prepared with things you want to talk about.
That's good advice. Sean?
Yeah, I say, I think be open, be nice, be open-minded, be nice. Don't drink too much. Everything you said was perfect because
Awesome.
in my speed dating events, that's exactly what the problem was. People got hammered.
Yeah.
They were
There's no need to do
weird.
that.
Yeah, it's just
Wait till
just don't do
after.
that. Wait till after. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I say bring a friend. Well, thanks so much for everybody for tuning in. As always, like I always say, head to finding-cupid.com for more information and more dating advice because we have a ton of it on there now. And to watch any of our past shows, you can always head to finding-cupid.com. Subscribe to our podcast. You can do that now on iHeartRadio. You can also do that on iTunes, and they are both for free. And we really appreciate you watching and tuning in live every Sunday here at our studio here in Hollywood. So thank you again for tuning in. As always, have a wonderful week, and we'll be back next Sunday with more Finding Cupid. So until then, have a wonderful Sunday.
Bye.
Bye.